Hey, so a few weeks ago on Instagram, I asked you guys to ask me questions about what you are struggling with when it comes to finding balance with food, getting rid of the diet mindset and trap, getting rid of restrictive or limiting thoughts, anything like that, learning to eat intuitively, whatever. I asked you to ask me questions that I could hopefully help answer. And just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist or a therapist, I'm simply certified as a health coach, and I've been through the binge and restrict yo-yo up and down cycle and have now helped hundreds of women, but I am in no way trying to replace what a doctor would suggest or anything like that. So with that being said, the first question, the most frequent question that I got was how to know when you're actually hungry. And the crazy thing about dieting is that when you are on a strict diet plan or whatever, you're told when to eat, how much to eat, and what to eat, right? And so you get away from those natural hunger cues that you were born with. And so the first thing I would say, and just something to start with in learning when you're hungry, would be to let yourself get hungry. If you're struggling to understand even what it means to be hungry, let yourself get hungry. Let me give you an example of how you can do this. So you wake up in the morning, you go about your business, you eat breakfast like you normally do, and then let's say you've committed to letting yourself get hungry for lunch. You won't eat until you start feeling some kind of hunger. So you go about your business, you're cleaning your room or getting laundry done or working on something, and you start to feel your stomach growl maybe. You start to feel a tiny bit lightheaded or a little bit fatigued. You start to feel a hollow feeling, and what I mean by that is almost like your stomach has been scraped out and you can kind of feel like it would look hollow if someone looked at it, even if it doesn't. You might just start to feel like a little tinge or crankiness. And none of these are sure signs that you're hungry. You also have to make sure that you've been, drinking water and also been getting enough sleep. But those are some signs that you can look for. And so in being very intentional about letting yourself get hungry, you can start to know what hunger feels like for you. So I would put in your calendar 1 or 2 days in the next couple of weeks. Remind yourself you're gonna let yourself get hungry for a couple of meals, and then either write down or just start to become aware of what the signs were when you started to get hungry. It's not a perfect science, it's not a rule, it's not a strict thing that you have to do. Pick a day and a meal, let yourself get hungry, listen and look for the signs, become aware of what those were so that in the future you start to notice those symptoms right away, your hunger symptoms and cues and signals, so that eventually it just becomes natural that your body's like, hello, I'm hungry, and you get it and you can understand it and you can work with it, okay? I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for your questions. Feel free to email me at eatworkplaybalanced@gmail.com or find me on Instagram. And if you're interested in working together or having a free consultation for more specific guidance or tips, I'm there for you too, right here.